Hello. Didn't see you there. I'm kidding. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to my Speech 2 podcast. Let's freaking go. This speech kind of really had my gears turning, racking my brain because I'd never given much thought about what inspires me and what keeps me going and to do what I do and to have the want and drive to be on a silver screen and be in the industry and pursue acting and be in Hollywood and all these things. But for me, it's a matter of I have to try for myself and I have to do it. I grew up watching my parents settle for careers that they don't really care about and they don't they aren't passionate about because they gave up their careers that they are passionate about. They settled. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you watch your parents be miserable going to work every day, it shaped me in being like, no, I need to follow my heart and I need to follow my passion because I don't want to be miserable every day. I mean, think about how much of your life you are going to work for or earning a living. Like, I want to be able to do something I'm passionate about and that excites me and that gets me going and something I wake up and I'm like, what is my life? Like, literally, like, I get to do this is crazy. Sure, there's this whole thing of, well, what if it doesn't work out? But what if it does? Like, having that faith, like, what if it does? I have to try. Growing up in a small town too, where big dreams aren't the most conventional and they are not the most accepted or nurtured, and people being like, well, yeah, acting's cool, but what are you gonna do in case it doesn't work out? Yeah, you can pursue acting, but what's your plan B? And I look at them and I'm like, I don't have a plan B, and I probably never will, because there's nothing else I'd rather do. And the way I see it is that, for me, I feel like it's reinforcing the idea that acting isn't going to work out and that I need to find something safer or something more realistic, you know, because it's so big. But I remind myself that, yes, Hollywood and that world feels so far away now, but there are so many people that are self-made and that have built a huge acting career and a huge career in Hollywood from the ground up, and they did it themselves. There was no nepotism there. Like, so why can't I? I remind myself of that because it's easy for self-doubt to creep up and be like, well, Hollywood feels so far and these dreams feel so big, but where I'm at feels so small. But what if it all works out? I'm doing the things, and the biggest thing I've learned in this, I have to try and I have to do it because I don't want to regret not doing it. So I can't compare myself to other people because they're not me and I'm not them. Huge part of this is I've never in my life wanted to work a 9 to 5, and I know going down that trajectory, I'd be miserable, and I don't want to be miserable, and I don't want to regret a single thing. And so I know if I'd go down that route, I'd be sitting there thinking about, well, what if I'd just given it a shot? What if I just actually did it and put my fears aside and just did it and blah, 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 blah. And so I'm not even going to let that be an option because I'm just going to do it. I'm going to give it all I got, because this is the only career I've ever really seriously considered for myself. It's never something that I distinctly chose, but it's always something that's been there. And there's a quote that I deeply love, and it kind of encapsulates how I feel about this career. I mean, I feel this career so deeply in my bones, and it's something that I have to just have faith that it'll all work out. And I know it'll all work out. So the quote is, "In medicine, law, business, engineering, those are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for." I remind myself of that. And in tough moments, these are all the things that I remind myself that keep me going and remind me that I have to try, and then I have to know, and that I have to give it all I got, because this is where I go. I'm a freaking poet. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that thought. And peace.